Mike, if you could have each of them introduce themselves,
Sure.
and I'm going to come down there, so if you guys want to line up and ask, if anyone has questions, you can just line up and we'll ask questions to the panel.
Awesome, thank you, Margaret. Is this working? Yeah, so I'll pass the mic around so you guys can introduce yourselves.
My name's Dave, and I'm with the channel dadsRfunny. It's a group of family and friends that love Minecraft.
My name's TJ, and I have the channel MyselfOverwhelmed, and I make highly edited videos for maximum hilarity, or at least that's my tag.
I'm Minecraft for Meh, and I make like song parodies and stuff.
Okay, so I'll start out with questions hollering here. So if you have questions, just come line up. So starting, are you guys all YouTube partners? So what's your experience been being a YouTube partner? Why did you decide to become a YouTube partner? Yeah.
Well, I think it's a natural microphone. There you go. You may not need it. It's a natural progression, I think, as you grow in the process of creating videos. I think when you start the process, you may like it or you may not, and I think for typically those who enjoy it and want to pursue it more, I think it's a natural extension of that process.
Yeah, it was one of the goals that I had. After a while, the first goal was to get subscribers, and that it was just another goal for me to get, and it would help pay for just the expenses it takes to make the videos. I don't plan to make a living off of it, but it's a hobby, and it just allows me to keep doing that hobby.
Yeah, well, like my friend kind of applied and accepted, so I did too, and I guess I got accepted. So yay.
That's a good reason. Okay.
So you said that we need to do say how it's kind of like an ad for a review for a product, but what about like just gameplay of Minecraft or something? Does that still fall under the like ad sort of thing, or does it? Because when I got invited for the AdSense thing, I looked at it and said, if you don't own this and it isn't your copyright, then we have the right to remove it.
Correct. In the case of Minecraft, the end user license agreement or the terms of use for Minecraft allow the commercial rights to be extended to anyone who owns the game. So in that case, I think you'll find Minecraft is one big exception to that rule. So you're kind of covered.
Yeah.
In that sense.
So you just I just need to like check that little box and say they allow it, or okay, that's good.
The benefits of being a YouTube partner.
Well, I think there's a lot of benefits. I think one of the great ones is scheduled uploading. That allows you to kind of pre-plan, like when you're at MineCon, for example, you may want to have a video upload, but you're not available, at your computer to do that. So that's one benefit. I don't know if we just want to come up with a few more.
Sure. Well, I just like the fact that there's like a banner on top of your YouTube page that you can link to social networks, so people can actually like your Facebook page or follow your Twitter without having to watch the very end of your videos.
Yeah, just being able to customize your channel page. I like to customize things, so being able to like go to different networking sites and have your viewers go everywhere else to find you and support you. The more places you're supported, the more viewers you'll probably end up getting. So.
And there's also extra modules that are available if you are a YouTube partner that allow that customization to go even further. Extra little widgets that you don't have access to if you're not a partner. And I think that helps make channels stand out.
So when I'm uploading a video, there's a thing somewhere on the bottom that says select your license, and you can pick either standard YouTube license or Creative Commons. I just wanted to know what Creative Commons is.
Well, Creative Commons is a mechanism basically to allow you to, I would say, help share your video with other people. For example, Creative Commons with attribution, which is a common one that a lot of folks use, means that basically you're going to allow someone to use that content with attribution to you if they find that video of interest to them. I don't know if anybody wants to add anything to that. Is that a pretty good summary?
That's a pretty good summary.
Yeah. So Creative Commons, I think, especially for people who are starting out, is a very good thing. because if people think your video is particularly funny or interesting, they might take that and sort of mash it up and do something with it. Now, if you restrict your content to where you're not going to allow that, which I think would be more like the YouTube license, right? Then you're essentially prohibiting that from happening. So you can't, you're telling them, you know, that's kind of like my video, and it's not as loose as the Creative Commons attribution license. So I would recommend the Creative Commons, I think, for people who are just starting out, especially if you want to potentially share with friends or other viewers that might become friends.
Thanks.
So like when you're just starting out, like you just created your channel and like you've done your first couple of videos, but like say you've done like 10 or so, but there's like still nobody like coming to your channel or anything. Like, is there any tips to help you like gain subscribers at the very beginning?
Well, what I did is once I made my parody is I sent it to like people who would be interested in watching it, like Jimmy Swift or, you know, all those famous Minecrafters, and they actually liked it and favorited it, and that's how it got to the popular video it is today.
Just, yeah, make sure the quality of the video is really good, and then like I used to post to forums. If they're really good videos, I would keep those ones and put them on the forum so people can find them. The Minecraft forum would be a good place to start, and yeah.
And I think to take Chris's point a little further, there are a lot of people, especially in the Minecraft community, who are about community. They're about playing Minecraft with other people and coming up with new ideas. And so people who own servers, people who are podcasters, people who make mods, if you download their content, maybe they make a map, like an adventure map, okay, and you think that adventure map's really cool, and you play that particular map and you make a video about it, that's something a little bit special in the sense that it's not just a random video. So you might get some sort of cross coverage, not just with your map or your video, but the fact that it was played on that particular map. So people that like that might come and watch your video. So there's a lot of cross-pollination, I think, that happens between all these different groups, and I think that's helpful.
Where's my question? When you get AdSense, do you get to automatically pick whether you get overlay ads or in-stream ads?
Well, there is some customization, is that right?
Yeah, so for users who apply for the partner program and are accepted, they get advertising options in their edit video manager, and basically you can enable in-stream ads and TrueView ads very easily. You just check a few boxes. For people who aren't, you know, in the official YouTube partner program, they all get standard overlay ads and companion ads. So that's one of the really great benefits of being a YouTube partner, having the ability to enable those in-stream ads.
So if you just have AdSense, but you're not a YouTube partner, you can only do overlay ads and companion ads?
Right, for now, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
I have a follow-up to that. If you're a partner or not, do you have the ability to not allow ads if it's embedded? Is that a feature? I think that that may be relatively new.
Yeah, basically on every video you can decide whether to disable embedding, but you can't say, oh, well, only disable advertising on embedded videos. So, you know, if you don't want to share your site externally at all, I mean, you don't want to share your video externally at all, you can disable all embedding. But when you embed, and this is by standard, you know, your videos are allowed for embedding, you're automatically allowing for your overlay ads to be embedded on other sites.
I had a question whether I see a lot of other YouTube channels and they all have like art on the channels, and I'm trying to make them, but they don't turn out very, very like good at all. So maybe there's a website that you can get all that stuff and for like the subscription and stuff like that.
I'm sure there's a lot of websites you can go to get templates. What I did was, since I like to design things, I was designing them and just throwing it up there and seeing if it looked good. If not, take it down and change whatever looked bad about it. But it took me a lot of tries if you wanted to custom make it yourself. But.
And also, if you're not a good artist, but you make good videos, maybe you have a friend that's an artist. That's what I did. I actually have a daughter that does all our art, so. You want to stand up? She doesn't want to stand up.
Yeah, well, I just collaborated with someone who like made my friends' channel backgrounds, and I guess it came out pretty awesome.
Currently, I make Minecraft YouTube videos on YouTube, and I want to start uploading like Skyrim and other games like that. Would it be a good idea to start a new channel or upload it on the same channel?
Yeah, for my channel, I kind of loosely base it on Minecraft, but I do a lot of other video games, so it kind of just depends on what you want to do. I play mini video games, but if you only do like one or two and you want to play them a lot, just those 2 video games, then sure, it probably makes sense to split it up. It also depends on your viewer base. You can always ask them to be talking to your viewers and figure out what they want.
Well, also you can make a playlist per game, so if you're playing a Let's Play of Skyrim, you could have that in a playlist that people can watch, or a playlist of Minecraft.
Yeah.
I have a video that is actually getting lots of views, like pumping up, and it's about Minecraft. But the problem is, how long? Do I have to wait like a year to be a YouTube partner or so?
Well, I think that just depends. I think one of the questions I had earlier when you guys were talking about the process is, there is, if you apply, for example, if you applied today, there is a time period after which, if you don't get accepted, that you have to wait. And I believe is it 8 weeks, 2 months, something like that?
So if you apply for partnership today and say you get declined on Monday, you can reapply in 2 months again. So that's the wait time. And we try to get to our applications as fast as possible, because we know people are very excited to be YouTube partners, and we're very excited to onboard new partners. So we try to get back to people as soon as possible.
And then you had some extra.
Yeah, it took me 2 tries. The first try they got declined, and they told me a reason why, and I was able to fix that reason. And the second time, I did have to wait a month or so, and it worked the second time. So it depends on what content you have and what you need to change in order to make that work.
And how about you guys? How long did you wait? Or how many tries?
I only took 2 tries. Did you guys try anything?
Well, I took 7 months to apply, but I got on the first try. So.
What's interesting is that when we applied, we actually were accepted the first time, and it was only about 2 months, but we actually filled in the paperwork just to sort of practice, because we figured that if the 8-week rule was in effect, we could just try it and then try it again. But we were accepted, so we figured, okay, fair enough.
Hi, I've uploaded a number of videos using Creative Commons music, and I was curious, I have a couple questions about it. The first is, if I want to monetize my videos, what sort of Creative Commons licenses should I be looking at? And the second is, how should I attribute that music in my videos? What sort of tools are available to do that?
Well, certainly the monetization aspect raises a lot of questions in terms of ownership, and so I don't know if you have any particular advice about the Creative Commons itself with respect to music?
So if you're going to make a video Creative Commons, you should own all the rights to your visual and your audio elements, because when you make a video, when you publish a video under Creative Commons, it includes your visuals and your audio. So say, for example, you upload a video and you use audio swap to put in a popular song, you wouldn't be able to make that video Creative Commons because that music you used from audio swap belongs to a third party.
So I'm not talking about making the video Creative Commons necessarily. I'm using audio that is already in the Creative Commons. I know there's various licenses like attribution, non-commercial, attribution share alike, and I believe anything that is non-commercial, I don't believe you can use for monetization purposes. I've just tried to confirm that.
Yeah, so it really depends on the kind of Creative Commons license. So one of the most open Creative Commons license is the 3.0. How many of you know Kevin MacLeod? He makes a lot of royalty-free music. So he has a very open license, but there are other Creative Commons licenses out there for audio that You know, you can under the license you can only use a snippet, or it's completely non-commercial. Whereas a lot of audio that's under Creative Commons 3.0 you can use for commercial use, and you know, you can reuse that as much as you'd like. So it really depends on the license. So I would encourage you to check on the license terms, because it's going to differ by creator to creator.
Thank you.
And the important thing is to document that, right? When you submit that for monetization.
Yeah. So if you're using somebody else's music content and it's okay because the license says go ahead and use my music for commercial use on YouTube, it'll often be like a attribution license, which means you can use this music in your video as long as you put my name in your video or my name in your description. So always make sure to check the artist's individual terms and to abide by them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I've got a quick follow-up to that, and that is, in particular, people a lot of times want to use public domain music, which is great. But one thing I found on our channel is that even though we had some public domain music, it was not necessarily clear to YouTube initially what the status of that music was, and when it came to monetization, whether or not we had commercial rights to use it. So I actually contacted the author and said, you know, can you give me commercial rights to use this music? And he said, well, it's public domain. And I said, well, could you send me something? And he sent me a PDF, signed, everything, with rights to use the music. And so that just kind of clears it up from a, you know, you guys need to cross your T's and dot your I's. I don't know if you guys have any comment on music, or I think that's something that a lot of people.
I've used music before, but I try to contact whoever it is that made it and see if they can give me permission. And I've only used one person, so they've let me, so yeah, just contact the person.
So basing my question off a lot of other people's question, it would be nice to have a partnership, but it's not exactly what I'm going for immediately, considering that like I have like, let's say 19 views per video in 1 week. It takes that long to get 19 views. And I have about almost 100 videos uploaded, and there are two things that I've been expecting to happen that haven't exactly happened yet. My YouTube time limit for the amount of like the length of videos I can upload is still 15 minutes. And on my old channel, I uploaded, let's say 10 videos, and I immediately got like as much as I wanted to upload. And the second thing is that I'm wondering why I'm not getting so much views if I'm mass uploading, and I'm not exactly like, I'm putting my videos out there, I'm like sending them to people, I send some video response, but for some reason it doesn't seem to get any attention.
So typically long uploads is a feature that comes with partnership with YouTube, although there are people without partnership that are able to upload videos longer than 15 minutes, just because we've been doing a limited test with accounts. And the way you know if you're eligible for that is if you click on the upload button on the very top of the homepage, you'll get a notice saying you might be eligible to break the 15-minute cap. So that's something that we're rolling out and we're testing. So maybe stay tuned, and maybe your second account will be enabled for that. But if you'd like it right away, feel free to apply for partnership. And I'll let you guys answer the.
I think with respect to the views question about how long it takes to get views, I do think that the point, several points that were made before about interacting with the community. I mean, there's a lot of people, for example, if you know someone that has a particular server that has builds on it, or if you know someone that does maybe, or you've heard of a podcast, there's lots of different Minecraft podcasts out there. I think that instead of just sort of making the video and kind of hoping someone will watch it, I think if you engage more people actively in kind of a one-to-one manner, I think that's kind of how you get a little more traction, because once that little group gets interested, and maybe like I mentioned before in the other example, you download a map and you play a video on that map, obviously that group might be interested, and so maybe a modder who makes a mod is interested now because you've got a video about that. So all those things help, and I think they add up, and it's some sort of critical mass at some point, I think, that you get to. I don't know if you guys.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not about to just like send to a bunch of random people like check out my video. I find that extremely annoying, and whenever someone sends me that, I don't check out their video because I don't want people to do that.
Well, what worked for me in the past is when I was just starting out, I made a mod review of bacon craft, and it's actually now one of my most popular videos because it got featured on the forums for that mod. So I think that kind of helps a lot.
And I think that's different than just kind of sending out, like you said, sending out some sort of annoying message. I think that you're correct. That's probably not something you'd want someone to send to you, and you probably wouldn't want to do it either. But this is a little bit of a different approach where you're actively engaging that particular content, whether it's a mod or a map, and they're going to probably take that a lot better, you know, than again some sort of mass mailing. So I would try that. I would think that might help you out. You know, and again, it's always what you're interested in. If you're interested in a particular mod, try that. You know, don't just go hunting for things. Find stuff that you like, and then propagate that out and send that out.
What would I do for like other games than just Minecraft, such as like Modern Warfare 3 or Prototype? Like, what would be the best way to like get those videos out there?
I don't know. We don't really handle those ones very much, so I don't know. Sure.
So going back to, you know, what Margaret was saying before, you know, get really involved in social media, not just blasting out messages saying, come watch my video, but try to see like what's really popular in the community, in the gaming community. So what's the other game that you mentioned? Modern
Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare 3. So, you know, maybe try to check out some of the forums that revolve around that game and see what people are talking about. Before I worked at YouTube very long ago, I had a gaming channel. How many, you know, Final Fantasy? Yeah, everybody, right? So I had a game devoted to that Final Fantasy fighting game, Dissidia. I don't know how many of you heard of that game. Okay, awesome. I love you guys. So what I did, I was just really active in Dissidia forums, and I got to see like what was really popular, what sort of videos people weren't posting. And one thing that made my most popular video, which was like 3,000 views, which I got all in like a week, is by like posting a bug that you find in a game, just because that's really unique. You're probably not going to find a lot of those. So just like with any YouTube video, try to make it unique and as appealing. So when the game first went out, I just played and found bugs and like glitches, and I went back to the forums and was like, oh my god, look at this bug that I found. And I mean, it got a lot of attention. Also, maybe like one other thing I did was providing a lot of context around the gaming videos that I posted. So, you know, Dissidia is on a portable device, so I do a video about, you know, this is me playing Dissidia on the train. I suck, it's hilarious. And I mean, those things will get a lot of views if you really show the uniqueness in your video.
So mine's sort of a basic question. For Mac users wanting to record stuff, what's the best set of software for, or you know, an inexpensive set of software for doing that?
Well, when I first started out, I was using my Mac, and I used software called ScreenFlow, and I think that's the best. It's $100, but it's well worth it.
Okay, thanks.
I don't use Mac.
Okay.
Either, so.
I'm actually playing, doing a Let's Play, and I'm wondering on like tips and stuff for it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely do something unique. If you're just going to do a Let's Play, just like here's me playing a game, it might not catch much attention, but a lot of the famous or popular YouTube got started by making a viral video. A video of theirs went viral, so if you try to do you know, highly edited and, you know, just make it unique, something nobody's done before, that would definitely help.
But what about the quality? Like a good, you know, that's also affordable, because I mean, I saw Sony Vegas. It's good, but I mean, like the price just, wow.
For editing video or for recording?
For like quality, you know, editing.
Oh, Sony Vegas is definitely way too much money, but they have a step down from Sony Vegas, which is called Sony Vegas Movie Studio, and I use that. It's only $100, and it's just basically the same as Sony Vegas. They just a few less features, but same grade of quality.
I was going to say also on most PCs you have, I think, Windows Movie Maker, which I think is free. Now it's not going to have a lot of features, but it's probably a great thing to start out with, and then you can proceed from there.
Well, I think you just answered my question. I'm actually like, I try and be as cheap a gamer as possible. So if there's Windows Movie Maker, what other video editing software can I use?
I started out with using AVS Video Editor, which is $60 for an unlimited license. I've been on sale when I was still on sale.
Did I mention I'm very extremely cheap?
Yeah, I think it was around $40, but I mean, I started out there and then upgraded to something once I figured out that this is what I'd like to do, but I'm sure you can find cheap from there.
Yeah, in the past I used just Windows Live Movie Maker because it comes with all Windows 7s and stuff. Or if you're on a Mac, probably iMovie, I guess.
Right, and I think those are two free options that for PC and Mac, that's a good place to start, and then you can take it from there.
Well, also has an auxiliary that, what about for console gaming? Because I wouldn't just want to use my camcorder for that. Is there some?
Oh, absolutely. Well, there are video capture devices. I don't actually do any console capture like that, but Halpeg and other companies make those, but those are typically not inexpensive solutions. That's going to be more, I think, than what you're talking about for the PC. So I would definitely recommend maybe starting with the PC, and once you get familiar with it a little bit, you might want to move on to consoles. But I bet you'd be looking at a few $100s at least to set up for Xbox or PS3, and also some technical issues as well.
Just a quick little question. If you make a video that's like a machinima, but you're not actually in machinima, do you still call it machinima?
Well, that's a generic term, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thanks to the panel. That was really great. Thank you everyone for coming and staying.